to day number 3 of this clinical vlog.
Yeah, welcome to day number 3. It's not that cold today, but I feel like I'm going to jinx myself by saying that because it's definitely going to be cold later on. But I've just got to work. It's 9 a.m. There wasn't too much traffic today, so I got here roughly on time. But I'm seeing a patient today at 3, and I think that's what I'm doing that I know of, but I have a feeling there'll be more stuff for me to do. So I'll see you inside. I'm inside now. So many steps.
Jumped in your car and we drive to the beach. The sun was setting, it was just you and me. Wind in my hair and the sand in my shoes. Could have chosen anyone, but I choose you. Hop back in your car, top down. There's no stopping us, cause we own this town. Never knew I could have such fun. Never thinking you would be my number one.
Well, it looks like I'm on my own for most of today because my 2 friends are in a training course thing for pretty much the whole day. But I'm not sure where my other friend is. I think she should be coming in. But yeah, for the most part, I'm on my own. So I'm just going to be going through a reading that I have to do about EMDR therapy, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. It's kind of like, I guess it's the PTSD equivalent of exposure therapy and flooding, in the sense that you get the person to kind of relive the trauma while they're bilaterally stimulated. So for example, you give them music that kind of cycles through each ear to use both hemispheres of the brain, and it kind of encourages free speech in a way. And apparently you often find that the patients start talking as if they were reliving that trauma all over again. So for example, if they had a childhood trauma that we were trying to get them to relive, they would talk as if they were a child, so they would talk like a 7-year-old or something like that, which is really interesting. So I think we're going to try that with a patient, so I'm just reading up on it now because I've never heard of it before, and it's really interesting so far, so I'm going to see how that goes. And I'll probably do some more anatomy. I'm going to try and finish my module today. We'll see, because I do need to memorize the rest of the one I actually learned, because I'm just taking notes and I don't think it's all sinking in. I have been doing some questions, but I don't know if it's all consolidated yet. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for the next few hours. And I guess I'll see you in a bit.
One last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just...
Also, I realized I didn't show you guys or share what anatomy course I'm doing because I'm not a med student, I'm pre-med. I'm hoping to apply to graduate entry medicine, for those of you who don't know. So I'm just doing an anatomy course to kind of get a bit ahead, and just because I was curious. So I am using Anatomy Bootcamp. It was recommended on YouTube a lot, and I went through the trial, which was 3 days, and I really liked the interface. So I purchased the full course, and yeah, so I used the medical bootcamp, and then the modules that I've been doing currently is gross anatomy. Where is it? And I mean gross as in like holistic anatomy, not gross as in disgusting. But yeah, so I've done this module, and I think I've done some part of the scapular module because it's mixed with the pectoral module. But yeah, I'm gonna try and finish all of this today, and then maybe do some practice questions because there is a question bank here. And then also on the homepage, there's usually a question bank. Yeah, so there's a question bank here, which is tailored to the modules that you've already covered so far, not just random ones that you haven't covered so far, which is really useful. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm kind of just going to cycle through all of this. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's interesting, so
should be fun. Right, let's get on with it.
You melt the ice behind my stone cold eyes. I turn to ashes, but only just sometimes. Inhale your smoke, but you still act surprised. It's not my fault when we end up with caps.
Okay, so one of the assistant psychologists who is my link mentor, pretty much my mentor slash colleague that I confide in and who helps me with everything and who I get to shadow a lot. She came in and we were just talking about the EMDR reading. I also got told that I get to observe a neuro assessment feedback appointment with a patient today at 11. So that's in an hour and a half. So I'm really excited about that because I love neuro. I want to be a neurologist or a clinical neuropsychologist if med school doesn't work out. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so pretty much what I learned from this reading is that I thought it was like extended exposure, but it turns out it's brief exposure. So you do it in a few different sessions, 6 to 12 sessions, and then it's very brief, kind of speaking through the trauma as opposed to being exposed to it for a long period of time, which I thought it was a long period of time, but it wasn't. And it's kind of like hypnosis therapy in a way, not like directly, but it's kind of like the bilateral stimulation entrances you and then kind of sends the patient back to the trauma through kind of different memory components, so recalling different parts of the memory. So for example, the context, the circumstances, and things they could see or smell at the time. Which I think is really interesting. I don't think I'm going to see it in action because we're just doing the second phase of it, which is preparation. But I would love to see it sometime, whether it be now or next year, because I am here for a year. So maybe in the next coming months I'll be able to see it. But yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm on the last page of the reading. But that's what I learned so far because I didn't want to spread misinformation. So I wanted to tell you guys what I learned and what my misconception of EMDR therapy was, because I thought it was extended exposure therapy, but it's not. It's brief exposure therapy. But yeah, so I'm gonna carry on with this, do a little bit of anatomy, and then go down at 11 to the outpatients clinic for the neuro assessment shadowing, which should be fun. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I finished the EMDR reading, and now I'm going to go put my food in the fridge because I don't want it to spoil. So I'm just going to get it out. And for those of you who don't work in the NHS or places where they do this kind of stuff, whenever you put food in the fridge or a drink or something, you have to label it with your full name and the date, and pretty much the domestic staff come in, and if the food isn't labeled, it gets thrown away, and if the food is out of date by a day or two, it also gets thrown away. So accurate dates and labeling is very crucial here. And yes, I do have a Hogwarts lunch bag. I am a giant child. So you're not allowed to put fabric lunch boxes into the fridge due to contamination. So you have to put like plastic or glass containers into the fridge. So let's go put this in the fridge.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time with
There we are. Nice. Any biscuits? Oh. This is a communal bin for biscuits, and pretty much I always come and try to take the ginger biscuits because the ginger biscuits taste the best. There's tea bags, coffee, sugar. Usually there's hot chocolate here, but they're the fastest ones to go because everyone loves that. But yeah, right, let's go back.
it all back on myself. No, nobody can tempt me. If I turn her off,
Back to my little cave, my little stomping ground. Okay, now that I finished that, I'm gonna continue with anatomy because I still haven't finished the upper limb radiology part because it's very long and I'm trying to understand Latin. But yeah, let's get on with that.
Lessons of time, just swear that I knew when the wisdom was scanned.
These are my headphones. They're the Marshall Major 3s. I really like them because they're compact and they're really good sound quality.
Tear off alone. I breathe in, embrace it on my own.
It's the iPad Pro first generation from 2015, and it is the 12.9 inch, which is the largest iPad, I think. Actually, no, I think the current new iPad Pro is a bit bigger, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the first generation iPad, and I pair that with my little travel keyboard, which is from Artec, and it's great. It's ultra slim, it's Bluetooth, and I just like it because it's really thin, so it fits right at the back in this case from Amazon. And I also have my Apple Pencil at the front, and it's got a silicone grip on it because I found the surface of the Apple Pencil quite slick. This is the first generation one, so it's not the triangle shaped one like the newer one, so there's not a lot of grip on it. It's the barrel shaped one. So yeah, I got this grip from eBay because it was very slippery. And the apps that I use are GoodNotes for diagrams and lectures. I write up my notes on GoodNotes, and then when I'm in seminars or when I'm doing the rest of this anatomy course, like writing up the actual physical notes, I use Notion for that because I like the whole database format and splitting everything into like one page and then having different components within the page. I really like that. So I use Notion for seminars and for the actual physical notes of the anatomy, and GoodNotes for diagrams and lecture notes.
I've been without you for all this time. Good God, I'm bent out.
Okay, so the patient has arrived early, so I've quickly packed up and I'm running downstairs to the outpatient's clinic now. I'll feed back with you guys after.
Open up a bottle, and baby.
Okay, so I've just come back from the outpatient's clinic, seeing the patient, and pretty much it was like a feedback appointment. So the assistant psychologist who I work with, my link mentor, she conducted multiple neuro assessments, so an R-band, another memory test, and a Beckett something, I forgot the name, Beckett and Haling's test. Pretty much all memory tests, functional tests, cognition tests. She conducted those and was feeding back the scores and everything like that to the patient. Yeah, it was really interesting to see. It was my first neuro feedback observation, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I learned a lot. Also towards the end, the patient's wife kind of stayed back to talk to us, and she was voicing her own concerns, and it was just like raw emotions, and it was really kind of heartbreaking to see, but it also teaches you kind of like, you know, these people are just humans going about their everyday life. It's a job to us, but to them it's their actual life, and it kind of puts things into perspective for you, and kind of just, I don't know, it makes you think even more. And you know, I'm so fortunate to be in the position that I am, getting to help and helping these people. It's really rewarding, and you know, just seeing these people in front of you, like they're not just a record on the screen, they're actually there voicing their concerns to you. It's really interesting because you never think that you can have an impact on someone's life, and then you assist in helping them, and it's like, you know, one small difference can change everything, which is really interesting to kind of have that outlook. And it's a unique perspective to have, and I understand that because not everyone can be in that position. But yeah, it's really cool to see. But now I'm back in the hot desking room, my stomping ground, and I'm going to carry on with some anatomy. I don't have to write the progress note for that patient because it wasn't my neuro observation assessment thing, so I don't have to write the progress note for that. But I'm going to do some reading on the OCD CBT formulation model, because I think we're doing that with another patient that I'm helping with,
So I'm going to read up on that and just kind of learn the model a bit, and I'm just going to continue with anatomy because I'm nearly done on the radiology of the upper limb. So yeah, I'm going to continue with that, and I'm going to grab lunch at 1 with my friends. And turns out they're actually next door, like directly behind this wall. They're in that seminar room, which is really funny because I didn't know where they were. But yeah, I'm going to carry on, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Snack break. It's 12:30 right now, 12:30 for people who don't say half. I have lunch at 1, but I figured I'd have a quick snack right now to tide me over because I'm quite hungry right now. But I'm waiting for 1 o'clock because I'm going to eat with my friends. But yeah, I'm almost all the way through radiology of the upper limb. We're doing MRI and X-rays in this topic, but I'm nearly done. So hopefully by the time lunchtime rolls around, I'll have finished it, and then I'll start the question banks. But yeah, Cocoa Pops bar, yay! Lunch break. I'm actually not supposed to be eating in here, but the staff room was full because there's still kind of a COVID rule, like you can only have 4 people in the staff room, and there was already 4 in there, so I just bought my food here. I'm in the corner away from the door anyway, so hopefully no one says anything. But yeah, I'm just eating in here. My friends were here, they've just gone to the toilet. But I'm gonna finish this and carry on with, I was organising resources actually for community because I'm in the community department. So I'll finish that and then maybe get back into anatomy. Alright, see you guys in a bit. So I've just finished my lunch. Might have some ginger biscuits, I found some. They refilled the stock in the staff room, so I made sure to grab a pack of ginger biscuits. I think I'll have this either just before I go see the patient or when I'm back, writing the progress notes. Ginger biscuits have kind of been my snack food here while I work. I kind of just snack on those and do my work at the same time. And they're really good, and they're always the first ones to be taken. The ginger biscuits and the custard creams are the first 2 to go whenever the stock gets refilled. So I made sure to grab some. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna carry on with researching resources and things that I have to type up and share into the share drive. I don't think there'll be too many more exciting things today. But I guess I'll see you just before I go see the patient, and I'll give you some feedback after the patient as well and see what happens. Actually, before I start doing the resources and things, I remembered I have to catch up with my journaling, so I'm going to do that right now. So this is my journal. It's my placement journal. I got it specifically for placement, and I've been writing in it since the day before placement and writing in it every single day, just so that in the future I have something to look back on and kind of say like, oh, this day I was feeling like this is what I did that day, this is what I learned. And I feel like it would just be really cute, like in a few years' time, wherever I'm at, career-wise, I can kind of say, oh, that's where I started, that's where I first stepped into a hospital as a member of staff, and that was my first experience, all wrapped up in here. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a faux leather-bound journal. I got it from Amazon, and I just got it because it looks quite unique, and it kind of reminds me of like Lost Treasure. And I was also watching Dive Club for the second time as I was buying this, and that's why I went with the kind of sea, nautical sailing kind of aesthetic. So I'm gonna quickly journal and catch up.
You melt the ice behind my stone.
So I finished catching up with my journaling. I'm not going to do today's journaling just yet because I want to journal after I've seen the patient, because if I do see the patient, I want to kind of reflect on it, and if I don't end up seeing the patient, I also want to reflect on that, like if the patient preferred me to leave or something like that. So I'm going to do my journal entry after that. But yeah, this is how I lay it out. My journal is called Leon because I like to think of it as letters to Leon, like letters in my journal, pretty much like letters to my future self, I guess you could say. But yeah, my journal's called Leon. I write the day in the middle, so the number of days I've been here. So I put 23 there because it's the 23rd day, and then I write the actual date of the entry. And yeah, that's kind of the layout I go with. So I'll catch up with you guys either before or after I've seen the patient. Okay, I've now all packed up. I'm starting to go downstairs to the outpatients clinic to see the patient for 3 o'clock because I got advised to get there a little bit earlier than 3. So it's 10 to 3 right now, and I'm just gonna head downstairs. I'll feedback with you guys after the patient, and I'll probably journal the rest at home because I'm gonna go home directly after seeing the patient. So I'll see you guys when I see you.
With all your lies, want you to feel the way I feel inside. I'm reaching out for help, you got me in a riptide. You call me crazy now, but
Okay, so I've just gotten back from the outpatient clinic. It is 4:16 right now. I went down at 10 to 3, so it's been a really long time. The session went well. I thought I was gonna go home directly after, but I have to stay and finish the progress note, which I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna get ahead of that, and then my supervisor was also just telling me the details of my roles, the things that I have to do now. Not now, but like the things that are part of my placement, which is really good because I needed the clearance on that. And she was just giving me some details about the new placement that I start every Monday, which is coming up this Monday. So yeah, she was just telling me about that. So yeah, I guess I'm staying till 5 o'clock today. So I'm gonna get ahead of that quickly, and then I'll go home eventually because it is very dark right now. It looks lighter on the camera, but it's really dark right now, and it's gloomy and raining, and yeah, it's just not a fun time. So I'm gonna try and finish this quickly. Oh god, it's so dark and it's raining. Yeah, I'm going home because I figured it's gonna get darker, so I'm going home now so I can finish the work tomorrow morning, as you have a 24-hour period from the time of seeing the patient to fill in the progress note. So I will fill it in tomorrow morning because I'm going home because it's really dark and it's raining. Alright, I'll see you guys in the car. My phone's getting wet.
Hello. Hey there, boy. Did you have a nice day? Yeah? Did you have a nice day?
I'm back. I'm home. I came home because I couldn't finish it off. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow morning. But yeah, this is Lex. This is my cat. I didn't record the drive back because it was raining, and I was just trying to concentrate because it was very, very much raining. And it was dark, and the headlights were glaring me in the eyes. So yeah, I was trying not to crash. But I'm gonna finish the work tomorrow, and we'll reconvene in the morning. Goodbye.
under the shade, I